Hello, brothers and sisters. Welcome to Ancient Path Remnant. I am so glad you're here. Our Messiah said in John 14:12, "Truly, truly, I tell you, whoever believes in me will also do the works that I am doing. He will do even greater things than these because I am going to the Father. And I will do whatever you ask in my name so that the Father may be esteemed in the Son. If you ask me for anything in my name, I will do it." But when we look around, it doesn't seem like people are doing greater things like our Messiah said we would. So what are these greater things that we're to do? In Mark 16:17, "And these attesting signs will accompany those who believe in my name. They will drive out demons. They will speak in new languages, especially the spiritual language of the Ruach HaKodesh." You'll be able to understand the spirit, the language of the spiritual kingdom. "They will pick up serpents, and even if they drink anything deadly, it will not hurt them." I don't recommend trying that, though. "They will lay their hands on the sick, and they will get well." So I believe we are coming into a time of great healing and restoration for the people of Yah who are fully committed in heart, mind, soul, and strength to His ways. And you may wonder what your part is in the kingdom, and Abba has shown me that each of us has been given a purpose on this earth to bring this kingdom on earth as it is in the heavens. And we each have a part. We each are given something to be able to bring this kingdom and bring healing and restoration to people who choose to turn to Him and commit their lives to Him in love and gratitude. So whatever we have struggled with, those things that have been the suffering and the pain in our lives, that whatever we've gone through ourselves and have overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony is the commission for us. That's what we are to help others overcome as well. The reason that you have struggled so hard with whatever Yah has given you, addictions or sickness, arrogance, pride, mental health issues, gluttony, whatever sins, whatever it is that you have gone through and He has delivered you from it, that is what you are supposed to help others heal from. So we each have a different struggle. We each have a different thing that we bring, but we each have a healing testimony, and we're to help others to overcome as well. So we each have our unique issues and struggles, but you will be able to see that He has been training you your entire life for this very time on earth, this very time, and He will bring restoration to His people, but destruction for the wicked. That's the truth of it. It's an incredible time in history to be on the side of the Most High and His Son. Hallelujah. And I think we're going to see some incredible things coming up, because if we're supposed to do greater things, I think it's going to be an incredible time to see what this is going to be about. But we can never let fear overtake us, because we limit our Creator if we have fear. So we know that this is going to be Abba's wrath on the earth, but He's raising up a remnant that will be protected and bringing His message on earth. His wrath is not for His beloved children who have been going refined through the fire, who have been, made into these precious jewels as we've been refined and pressed, and, we're like diamonds in the rough, and He's been shaping us and cleaning us and making us reflect His image and His likeness in this beautiful diamond. He sees us as a beautiful jewel in His kingdom when we follow His ways with all of our heart. So we have to understand His wrath is not for His beloved children, and He's raising up a remnant that He will protect. Just believe in Him. So we limit Abba by our faith as He gives according to our belief. So if we don't have much faith, then we won't be able to receive much of His healing. So it's really truly by faith that we receive. And we have to understand that Yahuwah, Abba Yahuwah, and our Mashiach are not limited by time and space like we see it. We see this physical realm and we think that we're limited to it. But we are, but they are not. So we have to believe and understand they can do incredible things, supernatural things that we don't understand, and, supernatural healings. And if we believe in it, believe it with all of our heart, we'll see some incredible things. We see things so dimly through a mirror, but it's not the true picture. The spiritual realm is the true picture. What we see with our physical eyes is the opposite reflection. It's the opposite reflection. We don't see the true picture with our eyes, but with our physical eyes, but we see it with our spiritual eyes. The more faith we have, the more we will see mountains move and things happening on this earth. Don't limit what Yahuwah can do. All things are possible to those who believe. Psalm 34:19, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Yahuwah delivers them out of them all. And you're going to see that word all. When it says all, it doesn't mean some, it means all. Mark 11:22, Yahushua said to them, have faith in Yahuwah. Truly I tell you that if anyone says to this mountain, be lifted up and thrown into the sea, and has no doubt in his heart but believes that it will happen, it will be done for him. Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. And when you stand to pray, if you hold anything against another, forgive it, so that your Father in heaven will forgive your trespasses as well. So we really have to forgive others, otherwise we won't be forgiven. He won't even hear our prayers if we don't forgive others. It doesn't mean we're necessarily reconciled with someone. We don't have to be reconciled to people who abuse us or hurt us or harm us. No, you have to let it go and put it into his hands, and he takes care of it for you. And he heals us. And by our Messiah's stripes, we are healed and made whole. So let's take a look at the healing our Mashiach did at the pool of Bethesda with the man at the pool, and try to learn about his healing ministry that we are also supposed to continue as we walk in his footsteps. So let's read this. So our Messiah went to one of the feasts, the Moedims, for which Yahushua went up to Jerusalem. Now there is in Jerusalem a pool near the sheep gate. This pool is in the Hebrew is called Bethesda, having 5 porches or colonnades or doorways. So we know our Messiah is the sheep gate. He's the gate. He's the door. He is the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through him. So we can't get to the Father without the sheep gate, our Messiah. In these lay a great number of sick people, some blind, some crippled, some paralyzed, waiting for the bubbling up of the water. So they're waiting for this pool to bubble up, and it's supposed to heal them. And there was a certain man there who had suffered with a deep-seated and lingering disorder for 38 years. So he was crippled. When Yahushua noticed him lying there helpless, knowing that he had already been a long time in that condition, he said to him, do you want to become well? Are you really in earnest about getting well? So we have to want this with all of our heart, right? It's showing us, do you really want to be well? You have to want it with all your heart. The invalid answered, Sir, I have no one when the water is moving to put me into the pool, but while I am trying to come myself, somebody else steps down ahead of me. Okay, so right there we can see how the man has excuses. He's this kind of a negative mindset. I have no one to put me in the pool. I have no one to help me. People get in my way. I can't do it. It's this negative. I can't. I won't. It never happens for me. Nothing ever good. I'm always this. The negative mindset. You can see this man has a negative mindset. Yahushua said to him, get up, pick up your bed, your sleeping pad, and walk. So our Messiah is telling us, get up in faith. Get up in faith every day. Pick up your bed. Pick up what you have to and walk in faith. Pick up your walking stick. Pick up your walking stick and walk with him in faith. Now we're going to change our mindset. We're going to change the way we speak about our condition and our situation. We're going to get up in faith and we're going to move forward. Instantly, the man became well and recovered his strength and picked up his bed and walked. But that happened on the Sabbath. Yes, the Sabbath is the healing day. The Shabbat's, it's a restoration day. It's a healing day. You're going to see this over and over. This is a sign between Yah and his people that the Sabbath day is for healing. The Sabbath gets this, as we have the Ruach HaKodesh in us, the Ruach HaKodesh stirs these living waters within us and stirs the healing within our souls. So instantly the man became well and recovered his strength and picked up his bed and walked. But that happened on the Sabbath. So the Sabbath is a healing day, a restoration day. And this was a Moedim, and so it was appointed time. So that was also important that we keep the appointed times, the feasts. So the Jews kept saying to the man that had been healed, "It is the Sabbath, and you have no right to pick up your bed. It is not lawful." So right there, they didn't have a heart nor compassion for somebody who had been suffering for 38 years. But I also wanted to mention, the man had been an invalid for 38 years and wanted to get in this pool of Bethesda that's supposed to be these healing waters. And our Messiah, through the Ruach HaKodesh, stirs this living water within us. And so, if you'll notice, the man didn't even get into the pool that he had waited 38 years for. He didn't even need to get into the pool. Messiah healed him. So he answered them, "The man who healed me and gave me back my strength, he himself said to me, 'Pick up your bed and walk.'" They asked him, "Who is the man who told you, 'Pick up your bed and walk'?" Now the invalid who had been healed did not know who it was, for YHWH had quietly gone away and had passed by unnoticed, since there was a crowd in the place. Afterward, when YHWH found him in the temple, he said to him, "See, you are well. Stop sinning, or something worse may happen to you." So, see, you are well, because the man got up in faith and walked, and he moved forward in faith, believing that he was healed. So he got up to show his belief. But our Messiah said, "Stop sinning." So obviously the man had been sinning. There was a sin that was causing his affliction, his infirmity. And this goes to show us that we're not just saved by what they call grace. We're not just saved by that, because our Messiah right here says, "Stop sinning, or something worse may happen to you." What is sin? Sin is transgression of our Father's Torah, his commandments, his instructions, statutes, judgments. So right there it tells us we have to stop sinning. We have to turn away. And if we willfully sin, we continue to willfully sin, there's no sacrifice for those sins. Now, he's merciful and patient with us, though, if it's our heart's desire to stop and we keep walking forward in that daily, then he forgives us. So the man went away and told the Jews that it was YHWH who had made him well. For this reason, the Jews began to persecute and torment YHWH and sought to kill him, because he was doing these things on the Sabbath. See, again, the Sabbath is a day of healing. Our Messiah was restoring us to the Sabbath. He was showing this restoration of the soul and this stirring of the healing waters within us. It's showing the Sabbath, the Shabbats, and the Moedims. These are the restoration, repairing the breach that was caused by us turning away from our Father and his instructions and going after idolatry and adultery of the world, which brought the curses upon us and made our bodies sick. It made us have the curses, which was a genetic predisposition for disease. So this man is being restored and healed. And YHWH answered them, "My Father has worked even until now. He has never ceased working. He is still working, and I too must be at divine work." This made the Jews more determined than ever to kill him, to make away with him. because he not only broke and weakened and violated the Sabbath in their own minds, but he actually spoke of Yahuwah as being his own father. So, the Sabbath day, they were trying to keep him from healing on the Sabbath, and our Messiah was showing right there. It is a restoration day. It's a healing day. That is the day that we can be healed. The Sabbaths and the Moedims, the feasts, that when we keep those and we turn away from the things, the traditions of the world, that our bodies can be healed, our minds, our souls. And even if our bodies are beyond healing, that we can still be healed in our souls. So our bodies are made up of a large portion of water, and we know that life and death is in the power of the tongue, and so we should always speak life-giving words over ourselves and others. You can see that this man had a negative mindset. He probably spoke negatively. He probably spoke infirmity over his life. He probably spoke disease into himself by what he thought and what he said, because we see he had a negative mindset. The curses that have been placed upon mankind are Yahuwah's judgment upon the people for forsaking him and his ways, and by choosing it through their free will. Our Abba Father does not force anyone to love him. You either love him and follow his instructions, or you don't. And that's what his choice is. Life or death, barakah or curses, blessings or curses. Choose life. He's telling you, choose him, choose life. But through our Messiah, we can have restoration and healing of our souls. Our Creator has put his name in our DNA, that when we turn away from sin and from our old ways, then the genetic precursors for disease, which are the curses, can be switched off. And the genetic precursors for health will be switched on through restoring the living waters and the health inside of us through the Ruach HaKodesh and our Messiah's pure blood. Do you see that we can shut off genetic markers for disease because it was the curses? So when we turn away from sin, and turn away from the things that are harming us and turn to his ways, then we can be changed to follow our Creator's ways and be healed. The Sabbath is for healing. The Moedims are for healing. It's restoration. It's becoming closer to him in his presence, cleaning out the sin within us. And it heals our DNA, I believe. The Sabbath heals our DNA through our Messiah. The Sabbaths and Moedims, the feasts, restore life and health into our blood and our bodies, and we can receive healing from past traumas. So remember, love for our Abba Father and our Messiah and his ways, the Torah, the instructions as we walk it out in spirit, the spirit of it, love for it, when we grow in the understanding of it. And it's the highest, love is the highest level of healing energy, along with gratitude to our Father. So this brings a flood of healing into us when we have love and gratitude for him and his ways. Abba Yahuwah has literally written health and healing into our DNA as we replicate the master strand of DNA, the restorer of the Sabbath, our Messiah. So he is the master strand of DNA, and we're supposed to replicate his ways. And that brings healing. And he kept the Sabbath, and he healed on the Sabbath. And he is the vine, and our Father is the vine dresser. Then healing comes into our bodies, minds, and souls if we truly believe and walk in it. See, we have to walk in it by faith. We have to stop speaking death and disease in our lives and start speaking life and health. Sometimes we're healed instantly, absolutely. But sometimes it takes a little bit of time and standing on our faith like Job. Never give up, never give in, never give up on hope. He will never leave us nor forsake us if we don't turn away from him. In Jeremiah 2:13, for my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living water, and they have dug cisterns for themselves, broken cisterns that cannot hold water. These are the things that mankind offers us, the things of the world, the idols, the adultery, the spiritual adultery. that we rely on for healing, for our wisdom, for our knowledge, for, saving us, instead of our Heavenly Father, and who sent His Son to die for us, and by His stripes we are healed and made whole. Now we have to get up and walk in it. Think it, speak it, live it, and, turn away from the things that are harming us. If what we are doing and we know it's not right, to us it's sin. If we do the things if we know they're not right to do, then it's sin. John 4:13, Yahushua answered, "Everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again, but whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst. Indeed, the water I give them will become in them a spring of water welling up unto eternal life." Revelation 22:17, "The Spirit and the bride say, 'Come.' Let the one who hears say, 'Come,' and let the one who is thirsty come, and the one who desires the water of life drink freely." So we have this internal water that's stirred within us through the Ruach HaKodesh, these healing waters of Bethesda. We don't have to get in that pool. We don't have to have somebody put us in there. We don't have to. Through our Messiah, we come to the Father, and the Father heals us. He is the fountain of living water. And in Psalm 103:3, "Bless Yahuwah, O my soul, and all that is within me. Baruch, His Kodesh name. Bless Yahuwah, O my soul, and forget not all His benefits, who forgives all of our iniquities, who heals all of our diseases, who redeems our lives from destruction in the pit, who crowns us with loving kindness and tender mercies, who satisfies our mouths with good things, so that our youth is renewed like the eagles. Yahuwah executes righteousness and judgment for all that are oppressed." He heals us. By our Messiah's stripes, we're restored to a renewed relationship. 2 Chronicles 7:14, "If my people, who are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from the Shamayim and will forgive their sin and will heal their land." And Hebrews 11:6, "But without faith it is impossible to please Him. For he that cometh to Yahuwah must believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him." And Proverbs 17:22, "A merry heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit dries the bones." So you see, He gives us this love and mercy and compassion and healing, these healing waters within us. And He gives us a merry heart, and it's good medicine, because we know that even stress or, all the fear and all the things that cause harm to the body will make us sick. It dries the bones. It gives us the curses. And so when we turn to Him for healing, and we turn away from those things that have been harming us, and we turn to His ways, and we trust in Him, we trust that our Messiah died for it, that by His stripes we are healed, and we believe it, and we walk in it, and we speak it, think it, live it, then, we're not bound. He's not bound by time and space. He can heal all things, and all things are possible to those who believe. 3 John 1:2 says, "Beloved, I pray that in every way you may prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers." Well, brothers and sisters, have a wonderful, wonderful day, Shabbat, weekend, wherever this may find you, and I will catch you on the next one, Yah willing.